And with me right now from United is Kash Akrakar, and today you are talking about a couple committees that you oversee and are involved with, and that is, of course, the Disaster Preparedness Task Force and also the Handyman Program, that task force. And that's really how that, when it comes to the Handyman Program, which kind of ended in its
a year ago.
We started its former way that it was being done, but now it's transitioning into a different way of doing it, right?
Yes, exactly. You got it. You hit the nail on the head. Task force is what I am heading, leader of. I don't have any committee.
Right, right.
I'm part of this task force. Nothing can be done single-handedly, but task force, now we have 5 or 6 brains that work with you.
Yeah.
What we did, the last program employed 2 people, 2 staff workers, and 500 people, residents, volunteered to join.
Right, right.
At a cost of $200. But 2 people didn't have enough time to work with the problems of even the 500 people.
Yeah.
And the program overran something like $70,000.
Oh, wow.
Don't quote me the numbers right now. And it was supposed to be completely, standalone program.
Yeah.
So it didn't work. So it was a pilot, and we stopped it. And then we started the task force. And the team and I decided, hey, this is a big enchilada. This is a system. We need to split it. And I happened to keep thinking in that line. And we came up with a company that employs college students who want to support their own education and work, and they're dependable. And he has these people all scrutinized with background checks and et cetera. And they're good handymen.
Yes, they are.
Seniors like me have small tasks all the time, like flipping the bed, mattress, moving furniture, or changing light bulbs, or small things in the house that need to be done. These chores are there, and you have to stay on top of those.
Yeah, and as I was saying to you, in fact, I just got something mailed from them. The company's called Neighboring.
Neighboring.
And the reason I did is because we used them once. We interviewed Josh. It's his company, along with another guy. I want to say like a year and a half, 2 years ago, when they first started, and just a great, great couple of guys. And they started this, and really as a way to kind of match college students. That it's the best way I can describe it, and I'm not saying you folks are doing it this way. Think of it like Uber, only when you need something done at your house. So if you need something, you go, you call them up. And then what they do is match it up with college students.
Exactly.
And we had somebody come out to our house to help move something and, help us out with that. And, it worked out great.
Yeah. And basically, it's a win-win situation.
Yeah, it is.
But United being a bigger gorilla.
Right, yeah.
We want to be hands-off.
Yes.
Totally, because we don't want to get involved in the liability issues.
Right.
So I'm going to have to read this one paragraph.
Okay, you do so.
Residents have the prerogative to employ whoever they choose to perform chores. However, the Handyman Task Force and the United Board have reviewed the work that has been done by Neighboring Inc. and found that based on their performance, they have provided good product. United has also negotiated a good rate, and they were glad to give it to us, for the Laguna Woods residents. Okay. Please note that all the calls are to be made to Neighboring, and all transactions are done through them. Okay. Residents should not be contacting any of the United Task people. Please also note that both residents and Neighboring release United Laguna Woods Mutual of any liability regarding any service provided by Neighboring. They have a very good background, and they have been helping with the social services people for a little over 2 years, or almost 2 years. and have had no problems.
Yeah.
And their people will be dressed with their provided T-shirt, so they can be very easily identified. Their cars will be identified. But it's between the United residents and neighboring.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
These light handyman services, and as such, no major problems are anticipated when they do not work for which they are hired. They're supposed to do only things that they are hired for.
Right.
Okay. Any technical work requiring a plumbing, electrician, carpentry, or painting will not be done by Neighboring Inc. The second phase of the Handyman 2020 program that identifies technical work is currently underway, and we'll introduce it in like 3 or 4 months. Okay. So the first part, the advantage to our people is there's no upfront fee.
Right. Right.
And pay-as-you-go type deal, like you said, Uber type. $25 for 1 hour, first hour, and then $23 per hour.
Okay.
The gentleman initially used to charge $240 upfront, or $20 a month, to join the team, and then provide the service for $25.
Yeah.
So he's waiving that.
You're right.
And
Very good.
yeah, his name is Josh Mundell, and his CFO is Rick McNainsley or something like that. I don't have it here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think I probably have it because it's on the letter that they sent me. And
You have his name?
as I said, because I've used them before, Rick Mashini. Yeah.
Mashini.
Yeah. So good folks.
Good people.
They
young
really
people.
are.
Yeah. And I think it will be a win-win situation, but it's up to you, residents, to use them. And United is totally out of picture, other than we are pointing out that this company is doing the work at a very reasonable price, and they're trustworthy.
Yeah.
And I look forward to Josh doing an excellent job in the future.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's no reason
great.
that he won't. Okay.
All right. Now let's move on to the Disaster Preparedness Task Force.
Disaster Preparedness Task Force has one disaster just happened. Our chief, Tim Moy, is leaving.
Right.
And,
yes, he is.
But I wished him luck. He was driving 1 hour every day, one way, and so he found something close by, and he's going, and he's an excellent guy.
Yeah,
and
he
he
is.
will do the same excellent service for some area that he's going. He's got 13,000 people now. But disaster preparedness, again, like any other task, if you simplify the tasks, the solutions become easy.
Right.
And I have, in my career, done that all the time. I don't want to mention too many things, but one thing I can mention, the first MX missile was on the base. And the computer on the board of that missile needs a battery to program it. But batteries run down, and they don't last long.
Right.
So there's an umbilical and an external power supply that powers this computer with program. And within 4 thousandths of a second, 4 milliseconds, the battery has to be switched on whenever needed.
Okay.
And the umbilical removed. So it's a critical battery functioning. And they made 3 batteries, and one is used in the bird, one is used in the long-term 10-year test, or longer, I can't tell you how long, and one is used for immediate work. That's a batch of 3.
Okay.
Batch of 3. And one of these batches in the lab failed. What happened is the liquid is supposed to go with a squib when it's fired into each cell. And there were umpteen cells, I can tell you how many. But one of the cells didn't get any liquid when the squib fired. And so there was an open circuit and the battery doesn't work.
Okay.
Okay, so the problem came to our department, and everybody was asked, what can we do? I said, I will take the chip. I will do my best. And this battery is stainless steel casing, 16 thick. Okay, inside of that were plates
Right,
cells,
okay.
battery plates like lead and lead batteries, different kinds, and plastic manifold on one side, and this squib with the liquid on the other side. But this manifold had holes, one for each cell.
Okay.
And one of these plastic plates was hooked up 180 degrees, so the hole wasn't on top of the cell.
Okay, all right.
So it stayed. So my job was to get a working, functioning solution for this without cracking open this battery. Hard thing to do, but I'm a metallurgist in material science. I found a place closest was in San Diego. So the battery went directly into the trunk of my car, and I was told, get this solution, whether this battery is good or bad. That was Tuesday, and I worked full speed. I got whatever I needed from everybody as a team, and came up with the supplier who worked, and we came up with 90% confidence results. Then I said, there's another company in San Francisco area, Lawrence Livermore, where they have nuclear reactors that can be used for doing this kind of study. So I went up there with the battery, drove, and one test I found it can't work reliably. So I turned around, I got this owner of this company to open his factory Saturday and Sunday, and I drove back, we finished the test. Fortunately for me, that battery was good. And then went back, and Monday, I gave the battery back. It went from the trunk of my car. So, any problem needs help.
Right.
It needs team of people, but a task needs to be sorted out into little components.
Right.
I'm saying I did it. Anybody could do what I did.
Right.
But it made the simplified problem much easier to work with. When I took each section differently, I got the plastic manifold guy, I got part from him, and everybody I assembled this thing and got it done. And that's what life is all about. And disaster preparedness, coming back to it, same thing. We need to, it will be hard to replace Tim, but we will work with the new leader, whoever it is, and we will simplify, and we will get this done for you, for our residents. But it's an essential part. We have to be prepared if we want to survive any disaster. And disasters don't just happen to other people, it happened to us too. Could happen to us too. Now look at all the fires in Australia.
Right.
Things of that nature. We need to know upfront what we can do and what are our possibilities of survival. And please don't disregard the place downstairs who have supplies at cost for you to put in your trunk, to put at home. And we need good neighbor captains or volunteers. And the whole thing is about volunteering. Then Roscoe T.C. came up with this solution, and he built all this complex.
Yeah.
But it survived 53 years, because of volunteers. And I consider 6,323 Unitarians, Manners, as my extended family. And further extension is the entire village family.
Right.
And I want to keep working. I don't want name, but I want to come up with better life for everybody. And I want to be, this is my last place, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I don't know for how long.
All right. Well, hopefully for a long time.
Well, I hope.
Yes. Cash, always good to see you.
Always. Thank you so much.
You take care.
You.
And
everybody have a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back.
Thank you.